We have some energies that can that you all were swine. I got inspired for this reading as I saw a piece of a readers that I like on TikTok, the original person, because this particular reader has a lot of folks. I don't know if she's aware of it, but she's got a lot of folks downloading her content. I've seen this one content creator that comes through my feed under all sorts of different um, profile names. Okay, so I don't know if the original creator even knows all these people creating content by downloading her, uploading onto TikTok, um, and possibly elsewhere. But anyway, that's not what this is about. I'm gonna upload it, but I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna upload that one because I don't even know if that's the original person. You start to wonder, is this the original person or one of their gangers, one of their thieves? Um, you see what I'm saying? There was some karmic energies that had people convinced that you collective was the swine and they were the pearls. And so it was kind of like, don't cast your pearl, that they were the legit, you were the swine, and the biblical premise of you don't cast your pearl amongst the swine. So it's kind of like, don't give anything good to you kind of vibe. Okay, like you, as they implying that you are swine, convincing folks that you should be given the bottom of the barrel, convincing people that you should only be given trash. They should, if at all, if they deal with you at all, if they assist you at all, if they, it should be granted any real comforts, strictly basic, human survival. And it's borderline inhumane. So they really, you know, um, convinced people that swine, and it was under the guise of religion. These are individuals who wear a religious role, wear a religious persona to people, and it was like spirituality versus religion, like the reader said, but that's how they got to be fine. You are someone who it was given to you, okay, and not on that karmic bullshit, that social climbing status, I'm better than you. It was on because you have taken on the real work of enlightenment. It said kinos, torch, knowledge, new outlook, creation, understanding, ideas, inspiration, vision, inner guidance, enlightenment. You're somebody who is innovative, expanding past what you all were traditionally possibly given. You don't stake claim that people have to follow you, but people trying to come for you, as the reader said, is where they're going to get their asses torn out. Okay? Because not going along with you is one thing. Not liking you, not agreeing, not wanting to follow. That's every last one of our birth sovereign, I hate rights, but sovereign lefts, rights, ups, downs, ins, outs. Okay. Nobody has to choose to follow anything, but when people then decide they're going to come against you because you're swine based on somebody's, lies, twists, stories, beliefs, perceptions, that's a problem. And the people that hid under the religion aren't even, in this reading, they aren't even living up to snuff, if truth were to be told. Living up to snuff. They may do all of the external things, but if the truth were to be told based on their own system, they are not living up to snuff. Okay? Funny enough how they try to cast the illusion upon you that you're the swine. They know that you have the torch. This is why they create, hold on. Oops. What's this? Chaos and conflict for you. You're an influencer. They didn't want you to be able to take care of yourself. Okay? They didn't like the influence that you're gaining, or they didn't want you to gain. And if they could affect, the way you're able to take care of yourself, and if they could convince people that you're not even able to take care of yourself as to not take you seriously, this is why they conspired as well, as to nullify who you are and what you do, because you can't even take care of yourself. But it wasn't you couldn't take care of yourself. You have been sabotaged. You have had people actively in your life, and you've come to know this, actively participating in making complications where there didn't have to be complications, making problems where there didn't have to be any problems, interfering with your options and opportunities in life. So it had nothing to do with you being able to take care of yourself. It had everything to do with you, and with a lot of God complex having individuals who did not want you having. As simple as that. And they needed the world. That was their humiliation ritual for some of you, which it doesn't stick for you because you don't care. This is a backfire. You know that there's more to things than meets the eye, but they used to convince people to some of them was calling themselves humbling you because you know that you're enough. You know that you're not your body. You know that you're not your circumstances. You're not the environment. So these people who call themselves humbling you by tampering with your options, your resources, and putting you or placing you in environments where you could barely take care of yourself, or manipulating things behind you to where you had to make choices that placed you in environments, okay, where you couldn't really do all of the things. And this is secrets, okay? The secrets are coming out here. These people were deceitful, they were misleading, and they wore a religious garb. And because you may be spiritual, this is how they convinced people that you were the swine and they were the good that the pearls should be given to. The pearls should be given to me because I'm the good and the collective is the swine, is what they were convincing people, and how they really perpetuate, and how whatever current circumstance or situation, the things that you went through, and people maybe not so enlightened on a lot of things, and take care of themselves. I'm chosen. I someone come to a life of mine, possibly one of the ones that's involved in the stuff again. They were under a platform name that's different. I know them to be and who I know them to be, and it may have the initial similar to their name. Okay, but they came on claiming I was going to hell. That they are chosen. When we're chosen, if this addiction to be chosen to me is indicative of us needing healing anyway. It's coming from trauma, it's coming from abuse, it's coming from a whole lot of things where it's like, okay. But even running with that whole notion, okay, you're chosen, well, you're chosen, then you don't need to, then you are. There's nothing else needs to be said. You don't need to stalk someone else's social media and make sure you say it. But the whole, with that statement they made of going to hell, they wanted to place collective you all in hell, even though they don't live according to stuff. Okay, they violated you, but they want to place you in hell. These are people who have lied on you, have schemed, have stolen, have convinced those around you that you were some kind of a weirdo, some kind of sign that needs to be watched when they're the ones that's needing to be watched. Okay. These people didn't want you to have love. These people did not like that people liked you or loved you, maybe as an influencer. So this was their way of getting people turned off. Okay. By spreading these lies and rumors, by leaning into the religious agenda, by tampering with your life so that you look like somebody unstable, even though people were messing with you to create the instability. Okay. Yeah. So let's see what's happening, because, like, they could have been upset because you knew secrets as well. With the secrets here, this could be individuals that it's lagging here. Let me see if I can fix it. I hate when it does that. Activity here. So we're gonna pick up, and we're gonna still end it back to putting our attention where it best serves us. Our attention where it best serves us. Okay. Crown. Primordial. What does that say? Imagination. Crown. Shame. Wonder. These are people who were trying to, again, like I said, humiliation ritual, trying to shame you because of your enlightenment here. But some of them secretly stealing from you. These are some people that possibly have groups of folks trolling for ideas. Okay. That's the fascinating part. Okay. For them to be implying that you're the swine. Okay, well, nobody wants to copy swine, baby. So let's meditate on that. Um, um, so yeah, they could have possibly did some of this due to the secrets, because you knew some secrets. They could have hid, secret love affairs and agendas, relationships. They hid all that and just kind of perpetuated a narrative of your swine because of religious versus spirituality. And due to the tampering of your life, oh, they're not even somebody, they can't even take care of themselves. I'm the. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they only have been able to take care of themselves, collective. You and I both know why, don't we? We know why. We know why they've been able to take care of themselves. Hmm. We know the real. Okay. These are people who've tampered with you and your children. And this is the attempt to discredit you as a person, as quality, blah, blah, blah. But it is backfiring. Okay. That's what this thing is. There is a backfire. It's backfiring because they have everybody. They have everybody you know, uh, around y'all in your life, convinced that you're a swine. But this is you. They didn't like that you're an inspiration. They didn't like that you have a new outlook of creation and vision and, inner. It says inner. They like that. Hold on. They didn't like that shit. Okay, let's see. Whenever you see this video, collective, past, present, and future, and then we are definitely going to end it on putting our attention. Where? Putting our attention. We're going to readjust, alchemize, readjust, until it's second nature, until it's involuntary, right? Okay. It's lagging some. You did it though. What we got? Ooh, do. Had them all convinced you're a swine. You shouldn't be given any pearls. You should only be given slop like they did the slaves. That you should only be given sloppy seconds, leftovers, broke down, inhabitable, code violation environments. That you should you don't throw, and they use the scripture to do it, baby. That's why I said this is some religious, zealot, distorted. They use the scripture to do it. You don't cast your pearl amongst swines, and their pearls, they could have reckoned their pearls to you getting the same opportunities and resources and treatment as everyone else. You having, options that are serving versus options that are not serving you, pearl, you should only be given slop. Give them the brokest down room you got, where somebody died in it. Give them the basic law required to keep your contract. But they don't deserve anything that provides any real healing, any real comfort, any real encouragement. Give them the raggedies of the raggedy. Delay everything that you can for as long as you can delay it. Give the good stuff to our religious friends. Give the good stuff to the one that's claiming they're chosen. And give the trash to the ones that they claiming is swine. A businessman is having some issues. It says a new love, or this could be an old love, air sign. Oh, this is corruption, air in reverse. This is somebody who could be smart, but they are corrupt, whether they're an air sign or not. Okay. This also can be a business person, an official. This could also be to do with communication. So they lied. People could be seeing, because this reading is about past, present, or future. What are these consequences or negative effects that's happening to them because of it? Because again, this is deciding to play God, whether people want to subscribe that or not. But going behind the scene, exploiting a position, a resource, a connection, a network, a program. That is an attempt to play God. We think this person is swine, so we're going to do the bare minimum just to make sure we stay out of the red. But that is still distorted behavior. I'm almost sure that there's clauses under all kinds of contracts that possibly warns against that. Like, that's not something, people's personal shit's supposed to be left out. But the problem is folks aren't properly evaluated. I mean, anybody can, let me get out of there. Anybody can grant write, get a grant proposal. How do I know that? Because I have come in contact with a whole lot of folks across counties. I'm not talking about just the current situation I'm in. I'm talking cross counties, baby, cross states and counties. I've met folks. That's why I say that. These folks aren't always psychologically properly evaluated. Okay, I'm just saying, to determine, it's not just so much of, are they going to be able to serve the population and provide whatever the services is that they're saying that they're going to provide to these populations, but in terms of, are they healthy enough, mind, body, and soul, in their psyche, as to not allow their own personal things to bleed through the service. And if there's a conflict of interest, having the integrity. Do they have the wherewithal to operate accordingly? Okay, somebody that they know and don't like is in need of service, or they knew somebody that don't like that somebody. Do they have the integrity to say, this is not your personal revenge, ground zero. This is not your revenge station for problems. This ain't for your lick back. This is a official, legitimate business. So you need to take up your personal issues on your own, aside. Because somebody ghosted you, somebody stopped talking to you, somebody told the truth about what you did to them or what they did to some, like that kind of stuff. So they could be getting exposed and kind of losing it here. This could be an ex of somebody's, or somebody who don't want you to have new love, whether they are your ex or not. What's happening? I just saw X and a new car. Oh my God. What's happening? What are some of the consequences that these people are dealing with that convince the world that the collective will swine and use religion to do it? Use scripture even to get people that are unbalanced themselves to be cool with breaking the law. Home in reverse. Uh-oh. It says a new home, moving in together. Okay, there's a moving out together. Okay. If they did live together, this is people that is parting ways. They could be facing some of the things in which they've created to put you in. I have stopped giving up on reverse. People are tired of dealing with them. People are unbothered. Next. Okay, so people could be tired of dealing with them, realizing that they're obsessed. Okay, it's some kind of unhealthy obsession. And this could be friends, lovers, ex. Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun. Somebody could be either fencing to go to jail. They could be facing some kind of legal issues or concerned, because these are people, again, they convinced the world that you were swine. They could have had all kinds of people coming for y'all too, locked up. Somebody may be getting a message that they ass is finna like, nigga, somebody like, you know what? That's why you ain't supposed to be doing that. Your ass could go to jail. You know, you can create legal issues for yourself. That's why you ain't supposed to be mixing your personal issues with your job. That's why you ain't supposed to be doing no favors in a negative sense. No, somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, they don't like the somebody who's in this program. Like, that's why you're not supposed to be doing that shit, because your ass could fuck around and find out. That's what I'm talking about, psychological evaluation. Some folks, you know, they're intelligent, they're diligent, they're good at the skills and a job, but you know, we have to look at the other side of it, that's this gray area where, you know, the judgment, the proper judgment comes in that keeps people from exploiting, you know, oh, I know somebody and they over there, yeah, watch them for me. They're not supposed to be doing that. That's illegal. Watch them for me and let me know what they doing. They're not supposed to be doing that. Text me when they leave. I had several things happen here that let me know that there was some weird, odd, eerie things going on with my movement and when certain people would call me or text me. That ain't a part of, you know, these are people who bled, who cross lines of the very systems in which they're trying to enforce all kinds of rule restrictions on you, but they cross the lines of the rules. You see that? Somebody finna go to jail. Somebody has given up. Okay. Somebody is done. Somebody is unbothered by whoever this is. This is a consequence. Somebody is done. Whether this is male or female, we have both male and female energy here, but somebody's done. Okay. Stop giving up is in the reverse. It says you don't have to be scared. I'm not like the others. Yes, I do have to be scared because you are like the others. Okay. Some of you may have a mystery lover, a secret admirer, always wanted you, shy, ready to. Oh, now, okay. So check. There could be a secret lover that knows about not a secret lover, a secret admirer that knows about this stuff or somehow involved and know people have been basically convoluting the situation to make it seem like you're swine and of some kind of darkness and they're decent and of light. um they may know of all the individuals or that have been involved, about a street dude with some legal issues that you could have dealt with, that could have come for you and started working with other people because you were not bothered. It says, boy, bye. Okay. And this person could have exposed something. This could be somebody that always admired you, you know, wanted you, maybe never came forward. You got a street dude and then you got a shy dude. So it's funny, like there's two different dudes. One in jail, one, you know, hiding it. And you're a collective. If you're feminine, you could be this energy because you don't feel safe. You could be the one that's like, okay, you know what? I'm not playing with my life. I can't be playing with my life, you know, because people are out here making decisions that put my life, my children's life in harm's way. This is a serious thing. I don't care if it's a family member. I don't care if it's somebody we grew up with. I don't care if it's somebody who wanted to date me and we didn't. I don't care if it's somebody we did date. It doesn't matter. But people that's out here making choices, putting you and your children in harm's way because their association with people who think you're swine, or trying to convince the world that you're swine and you're somebody that folks shouldn't care about. You're somebody that folks should not assist. And if they do assist, that you're somebody, again, the bottom of the barrel, that they should just provide pig slop. They should give you all the broken shit that nobody wants. As to save face and to still look like philanthropists and humanitarians and people who are decent. That's why y'all are collective. You're in this energy because you're like, people crazy. You're like, no, people are crazy. They think that me and my children should be put in harm's way because of their opinions of me. That's mental illness. That's mental illness. You trigger, collective, a lot of people. You could be, and not that you mean to, you might trigger. And so it's this obsession they get with calling themselves humbling you. This is why they start smirking and smiling and looking at each other, thinking that you don't see them doing that shit. With like derision and mockery, like, That has no business being in a business environment. It has no business being in a nonprofit, community, help-based program. It has no business being there. But these people aren't always evaluated. They come, they interview for a job. Sometimes in the case of trying to, hire our own people, you get a lot of that too. And these be the people who be sitting back watching you, not liking you, and they want to make sure that you don't get the proper service that you should receive. Child, what are the consequences? What's happening? And how does it get more blissful than this? Keep taking cleansing breaths as you're watching this. If you're my collective, and then afterward, we're going to do an exercise to put our mind on the goal, on that we're intending. That's true of our resonance. But this is just information about what's happening to these people. This person, these people, or whatever, that's trying to, that's smearing your name around the Americas and using their religion to do it. Even using your situation that, again, people don't have full knowledge, full scope. Like they can't even take care of themselves. They don't know that. That typecasting is a problem. Assuming that everybody that gets displaced is on drugs and alcohol is ignorance. Assuming that everybody is displaced is got mental illness, that's ignorance. Assuming that all these people don't have life skills, that's ignorance. Assuming that they're just lazy, that's ignorance. Assuming, that's all ignorance, and it's all presumption. That they just don't know how to do life and take care. That's presumption. It's ignorance. Not everyone that lands in these situations, that's not true of everyone. It is true of some. Presuming that they don't know how life works, that's also ignorance. They may know better than the ones who think they're in a better position. They just didn't do the whole song and dance of selling out. Or they don't have the right ass to kiss, ain't kiss the right ass. Or they don't have that nepotism position to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody that knows somebody. Because that's how people talk to folks that are in these positions. That's how they talk to them, as if they don't know basic stuff. Those are assumptions. People's choice of how they handle things is not always a matter of not knowing how to do something. It's a matter of how they choose to deal with it, how they choose to approach what works for them. Some people are pissed in the universe because they wouldn't have had to been starting over. They know how to be diligent. They know how to be consistent. They know how to build. They know how to master. They know how to manifest. They have people like them. So I get annoyed with this whole long and dance. I'm starting over from scratch, and then here come idiots that think they need to teach me something all the time. Sometimes it's give up the goods. That's the way you support. Give up the goods and stop needing to prove you're a teacher and provide the support based on what each individual, period. Just give, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Come back. I'm just saying because sometimes people be doing too much. They doing too goddamn much. When you are what you are, you don't need that extra validation to be it. You, good gracious God, you don't need all that. Shit, you just do. I don't need you to teach me how to sign the paper. I know how to sign the paper, bitch. But what I do need though is just give me this goddamn money. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm saying? Or you know, like I said, if there's the assumption collective that all you don't know these things because of the situations, it's like, no, I just got to get to this justice and you know, tear these assholes out. You know what I'm saying? For fucking with my life. That's what I need to do. This ain't about not knowing how to read, not knowing how to sign a paper, not knowing how to uh, do research, not knowing how to call, make phone calls. Most of you, if you have children, nigga, you done been governing a whole lot of shit for a long time without a whole entourage and posse holding you up in the background. So it ain't about that for you, collective. But this is what these people have, and it helps because it makes these people feel better. These are some of the people that are jealous of you, even though in the physical they have a better position than you. So a lot of them are one paycheck away from being where you at. Just one. For some of you, ain't even a whole check. They half a check, paycheck away from landing in a blink. And if they didn't have a mommy and a daddy and, you know, all this other, you know what I'm saying, stuff, it connects, it would, it, you know. The homie, whatever it is. Okay. Sometimes it's, you gotta critique case by case. Not everybody is a mental patient. Not everybody's paranoid. Not everybody. Looking at their circumstances, you know. Sometimes people are messing with folks and they're doing it in a sneaky way so the rest of the world could think that. What are the consequences? Just give, just do, just help. Stop needing to show that you're smart. Okay, you're smart, good, good. People trip me out. Humans trip me out, I swear. It's like, good, I'm glad, wonderful. Now, you know how to talk. Good, good. Just help. Man, I'll put that on a t-shirt. Oh, I done came up me a goddamn slogan. Shut up and help is what I'm. Ooh, just help. Without needing the blood of that person, their blood type, bitch, their last menstrual cycle. Just help. Case by case, which means there needs to be fluctuation in how things are approached, huh? Because that means it's not cookie cut. It's not a one size fit all. Some need, or I should say, require assistance in different ways. And it's like, okay, do you have the resource? Okay, great. Now provide it. Do you have it? Yes. Or no, let's do an assessment. Do you have do you have access to? Yes or no? On a scale of, would you say you have some information, a little information, or a whole lot of information as it pertains to what the hell I want? Yes or no? Let's do assessment. Hun Collective, that's where y'all at. It's like, okay, they love, okay, well, let me do an assessment. Okay, I need an assessment. Complete an assessment here. Not gonna talk to me for 5 hours. Do you have access to this straight away? Does this program provide a bridge with resources outside of what the general public and population could easily, readily find on their own? Yes or no? Do you all assist in a way that works for the client? With people who are already undergoing trauma, tragedy, and stress, are your workers stepping in to be that initial support that they need and how they need it? Because the client already got 1,000 things that they're dealing with, especially those that are parents. So since they're getting paid to do these things, are your are your people utilizing their paid hours to conduct the necessary research that could possibly better assist the clientele, taking some of the load off of the already stressed out clients? Or are we contributing to the stress by demanding that they do more and more and more with less and less and less? They convinced folks you all were swine, trash, of darkness, evil, needing to be watched. This is how they got some of you put on a watch list, claiming that you all were stuff that you were not. People have been poisoning you all, you and your children, literal attempted murder here. People have been conspiring to make you all sick so that you would look lazy. Did you hear what I said? To make you sick so that you look weak and lazy to the naked eye. That's why they want you in contaminated environments. That's why they want your food contaminated. That's why so that you and your children are weakened, but then to make it look like you're an invalid, like you're lazy. Like you're just some maxed out hormonal, menopausal. Yeah, people are wanting to cleanse. Okay, so they're feeling sad and broken and alone. And it's because, yeah, they're being cut off. Cleansing. Yeah. Because again, this is what they created for you. Okay. They wanted you to be crushed, broken, and feeling alone. Everybody just keeps cutting you off for no reason, or people making people feel like they needed to, you know, avoid you, not talk to you. And if they had to, like, to give you the cold shoulder, or, you know what I'm saying? To give you the bare minimum of shit, like, you know, just give them what the law requires so that we don't look like we're negligent to what we're supposed to be doing here to help the community. Yeah. So right now they're feeling crushed, sad, broken, extreme harsh cutoff, and, you know, forced to possibly clean something up, or people are seeing that you did what you did because people kept trying to hurt you and break you and destroy you and your family and your life. So you had to cleanse. You've been trying to cleanse yourself. You cut off people because people were constantly trying to hurt you. They were sending bounty hunters for you. They were hiring zealots to come against you. They were hiring practitioners that was willing to travel the US to follow you around in their whole cult posse. They were, you know, it's coming out that some of these people did it because you moved on, because you were like, whatever. So now they need to make you look like some kind of bad person and swine. Yep. So let's see who's being cut off. We know that you guys have done it, collective. We know that these folks have had people to cut you off as well. They possibly could have turned your whole family, extended family, people that you grew up with. They had everyone convinced you were swine. These folks may not know that these are people that's connected to people in Hollywood, people in entertainment, famous people, and that's how they're sneakily doing some shit. All right. So who is receiving these consequences right now with crushed, cut off? A vampire. Wow. A vampire. So let's switch up the filter. So a vampire could be possibly, they were getting a lot of energy here. So be possibly getting into a blah. They can be feeling real blah and meh right now. This could also be a person that's very rigid, you know, and they appeal to people who are rigid in their thinking, very black and white. Okay. Okay. A vampire. Yeah, look at a shadow energy. A reptilian, arcana, draconian. Anyway, a shadow energy. And podcast is in the reverse. This could be somebody who had a podcast, somebody that was stealing from you, somebody that was trying to block you or shut yours down. A cult leader. Oh, cult leader. And a cult leader could be a group. Expanding our mind about cult be just about a group of people that is following. They're based in ego, based in control. A cult leader. It's experienced some kind of consequence from being from shadowing you, following you around. Yes, stay in your lane. These people that was trying to bully you, that called us putting you in your place, that don't respect boundaries themselves. Yeah. Okay. Just bear with me. So let's get Letero. Yeah, they could be feeling real blah. Let me do this real quick so y'all can see better. What's happening? Let's clarify what's happening to whoever it is that's getting consequence. Making the collective out to be swine so people will treat them like crap. So that people would just give them trash, bare minimum, basic, if anything at all, support. What's happening with them, past, present, future? What's the consequences that they're experiencing that they don't like? What's happening and or will? Okay, something with the Ten of Pentacles is coming out. Ace of Cups. Okay, this is about legacy. This is about ancestry, inheritance, wealth. Ace of Cups. Why is that? Why are they upset about this legacy, this Ace of Cups? Let's try that again. I saw the King of Swords coming in the reverse. Why are they upset? Why is this a negative? Death is in reverse because they can't end you. The world is in the upright. A cycle is closing. They can't transform the situation. They're running out of options. The Wheel of Fortune is here, though. Why are they upset about the wheel is turning? Page of Cups, Knight of Wands in the reverse. Yeah. For some of you, is what they've been doing to a child or somebody young. They're getting the message. What is the Knight of Wands in the reverse for them? Why are they upset? A tower. A tower is hitting them. They've been trying to hold up a tower. The tower is shocked that you guys are resilient, that you're recovering. And the magic is backfiring. Magician in the reverse. They're upset that this manipulation, this magic, it's a shock that it is backfiring, trying to drain your life force energy, that of you and your children, with this Knight of Wands reverse and Page of Cups. Yeah, they're being cut out. They got ghosted, cut out, left out. And that's because there's been a backfire. Yeah, didn't I say it earlier? The world, there's a cycle has closed. A cycle is closing. 8 of Cups in the reverse. Somebody, this immaturity, being able to go back and forth and manipulate emotions or to try to manipulate situations. Somebody's going to have to go back. They're upset because somebody, 8 of Cups reverse. Yeah. Yes, indeed. This immaturity is, yeah, this Queen of Wands reverse. Somebody should have not. It could be the Queen of Wands that's stressing out. This Queen of Wands reverse is crazy right here. Aries, Leo, Sag, 9 of Swords. This person is crazy. And a bully. And created mental health niggles. This is a person that goes around creating mental health niggles for everybody else. They were trying to convince the world that you were crazy. And the truth is coming out that every time you would go back to deal with this Queen of Wands in the reverse, they were creating issues for you, which is why you always left, why you possibly cut people off. Because every time you would come back, they was sabotaging your life to force you to have to come back. And when you would come back, they would do shit to you and your children. A younger person could have told about that, paid with that page. And they're dealing with some consequences for this hidden dishonor here. For this is emotional immaturity with this page. Knight of Wands in reverse, they're not going to get no bright new. They're always chasing highs. They're always chasing the next shiny spark adventure. They're not. So that's the consequence for convincing people that you were a problem, that you were a devil, that you were a swine, that you were manipulative, that you were, all these things. So some of them may very well be getting sick too. Knight of Wands reverse, Magician reverse, Tower upright, the World upright, Queen of Wands reverse, 9 of Swords, 8 of Cups. These people have also been doing this stuff. It's coming out to drive you crazy, to affect your confidence, to affect how people saw you while they tortured you and your children torture you and your children. Paid people to torture you and your children. Paid people to turn the other way, look away. Paid people to block and to stress you all out here. They're upset because of the Eight of Cups is coming in reverse. Why is the Tower and World here? Consequence. Yep. Oh, I told you. Oh, see, these people are seeing something from another perspective. People have been trying to sacrifice you and stagnate you and your children. Hangman, Three of Swords, with betrayal, with third-party interference, with constantly getting people to team up against you, to cause stagnation, to cause pain, to cause loss, to cause grief, to keep you in a low vibration. And so the world can see you as such. To see you as swine, that some of these people unfortunately are. But they are being put on red. They're being put on pause. Some of them may be getting a message that they may very well go to jail. Yeah, this person could have ghosted. The person that was actually the swine could have ghosted the people, this person or somebody. And it's like, that's also how something is coming out. Like they could have stole from them and then stop responding. Could have got what they wanted in terms of money, especially if this person was got money out of them, you know, a partnership, something major, you know, something that, you know, we ain't talking about a community resource, you know, that's something the community, you walk down the street, those are community resources. We're not talking about that. No, this is, they got something. So consequences, brokenhearted. They're feeling hurt, broken. Yeah, because the disloyalty, they found out that this person wasn't loyal to them. They could have been holding loyalty. This person wasn't loyal to them. Knight of Pentacles reverse. This person's stubborn. This person created blockages. At a halt. Yeah, a lover. Or a Gemini. A lover, a sibling, a partner. King of Pentacles. Eight of Wands in the reverse. Uh-oh. Maybe a King of Pentacles is holding back from them, or they held back from the King of Pentacles. Stole something, held back. See how she's holding that purse? Holding back communication. This could be something to do with the internet, with the Eight of Wands reverse. Something is being... Yeah. Investigation, stalking. For stalking. Or somebody is watching something now. Or something is being watched. Yeah, Two of Swords reverse. Eight of Pentacles. The Queen of Wands reverse and Seven of Swords. This sneaky energy, this theft. This person brought that into this person's life. Dealing with this person, Now their life is under scrutiny because of this Queen of Wands reverse. Their life is under scrutiny because of it, because they involved themselves with her and, you know, brought these stalkers into your life. Yeah. Somebody is clear in their mind, though. Like they're feeling 10 of Swords, harsh, painful ending. Eight of Swords reverse, wishing. Somebody could be somewhere wishing that they did not interfere, that they did not try to trap you, get you stuck, confuse you. Now this person, I got 3 of Swords and a 10 of Swords. Because of Aries or a fool. The fool. It was foolish. Doing this to get new beginnings off of causing betrayal and pain to somebody else. Yep. They feel betrayed by this lover, this partner. Aries betrayed them. Ooh-wee. Betrayed the King of Pentacles. Ha! 9 of Pentacles reversed. Now they, 9 of Pentacles reversed, 2 of Pentacles. Aries betrayed them. Wow. Who betrayed the King of Pentacles? Okay, Knight of Swords reverse. Who betrayed the King of Pentacles? Who betrayed them that they partnered with and they shouldn't have? They made the wrong choice. They shouldn't have. They shouldn't have been partnering with this person. Who betrayed the King of Pentacles? Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Who betrayed them? They shouldn't. Oof. They don't want me to know that, huh? I got 3 of Pentacles reverse. Knight of Cups reverse. What's down there? Who betrayed him? Somebody they worked with the 8 of Pentacles, or somebody that was he teamed up with to work with or doing work. 8 of Pentacles. Who betrayed him? This is somebody he worked with. Somebody that he was building with and working with. Who betrayed the King of Pentacles? Aries came up again. And Aries. Who betrayed the King of Pentacles? 9 of Pentacles is crossing him. Pre-Empress. This is somebody he was trying to do business with, or he was partnering with, or he looked at as a good business person and he could have thought was independent, or a person that he made a choice, a 2 of Wands choice to work with here, to steal something and block something for you. This is somebody that's not the gift and not the bag. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. This is somebody who stole from them, somebody who caused them to misjudge, who was swine versus who was the pearl. Ooh. Oh, and she came out again. Nigga. Queen of Wands reverse. I betrayed the King of Pentacles, bitch. Yep. She betrayed him. Aries, Leo, Sag, paired with the 4 of Pentacles. Yes, she did. She stole something. Or she said she held something back. She stole something. And this is somebody he was working with. 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. With others as well. She betrayed. With the 5 of Pentacles. There's no honor among thieves. But it was convoluted. They convinced the world that you were swine. But it is now becoming clear who the real devil is. with the sun and the devil. Ooh, Four of Wands and the it could be a family member exposed some shiz. Another family member, somebody's family member, somebody's husband, wife, somebody, whatever the case with that Four of Wands, somebody exposed who the real devil was, this person's obsession. With poisoning you and your children, with stopping you from building and people from building with you to make it look like you are somebody that is unstable. Somebody exposed it. I wonder, did they double cross the King of Pentacles or something? I wonder how that happened. Or, yeah, because they're feeling, King of Pentacles is feeling 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords. Interesting. What's happening to the one that betrayed the King of Pentacles? Okay, so he's feeling this way about this motherfucker. Okay, what's happening to the one that betrayed the King of Pentacles that he shouldn't have been working with anyway? What's happening to them? What's happening to them? Okay, truth and clarity is coming out about them with the Ace of Swords. Somebody could be speaking the truth or finding out the truth. They could be worried about this truth, or they're definitely getting misfortune. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So they are getting bad karma for whatever they to you, collective. And the King of Pentacles could be mad, and as a result is turning the wheel against the Queen of Wands reverse because they betrayed him. And so now he's like, they betrayed me. Okay. I didn't see this shit. I wasn't seeing properly and clearly. They betrayed me. They put me in, they put my life in jeopardy. You know, now my name possibly may have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that I'm trying to do because involve myself with this motherfucker. And I still didn't end up getting whatever it was I thought I was going to get. And I end up getting put under scrutiny. I'm under review. I'm being watched now. It's funny how stalkers don't like to be watched. I find that to be one of the most fascinating things ever, is that stalkers don't like being watched. Like they get nervous and concerned when, you know, it's an idea that there's energies watching their every wake and move. They get uncomfortable. They don't have a problem with people stalking you. So the King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles is possibly exposing or choosing or will to expose the Queen of Wands reverse because they feel like, okay, they did them wrong. They didn't get what they thought they were going to get. They did what they did under false premise and pretense. They feel double crossed. So it's like, well, fuck it. I'm finna expose the Queen of Wands reverse then. Now everybody gonna know what the real is. I didn't get what I wanted. They left me on red. They ain't talking to me. They took money, whatever. So, okay. So now people gonna know you're obsessed. People gonna know that you have an obsession of your relative or whoever, and that's what this whole campaign is. And that you're using your connections with famous people, your connections with toxic authority figures, your connection with distorted religious figures to do it. Ooh wee. Okay, let's get the let's wrap her up. Let's get your final encouragement and what we're going to redirect your focus on. Remember, let me end this. That's the reading. Okay. They thought you were swine. They convinced people that you were swine. At 1 hour, we're a little over, let me see, 60. We're almost at an hour and a half. We're going to end it here. Okay. And I'm going to come back on with, and now readjusting our attention, whoever you are, collective, onto the things that you are co-creating, you are intending, your vibration. And it's going to have something to do with this. You are enough. Okay. And you are a delight. Okay. These people have been trying to make you feel bad. They've been trying to overtime to make you feel bad, to fuck with your life, to fuck with your children, to fuck with your mood. They've been working overtime so that you would vibrate that, so that your energy would be muddled, and so that as a byproduct, you would be unintentionally manifesting certain things. So we are going to end this and come back, and we're going to then bringing our attention and our bodies forward and on our energy so that that's amplified. Okay. All right, guys.